What's going on, everybody? Good to see you today. Tyler back here with you, and I'm excited because we are starting the Expanding Your Fretboard series. So we spent all that time unlocking your fretboard using some shapes that I find very useful. And now I'm excited to be able to bring that all together to show you how you can start tonicizing different modes, which has really helped me a lot. So you'll be able to use the shapes that you've learned in the last series and the methodology that we're going to use in this series to really be able to use your ear to make some different sounds, be able to create some different bass lines, and just overall develop your musicianship. So get excited about that. Again, welcome. This is the Expanding Your Fretboard series. That's going to be hard for me to get used to saying because I've been saying unlock your fretboard for the past month, but now we're going to expand your fretboard. Today, we are working with the mode Ionian. So that's going to be really simple for you to transfer from. So if you remember the shape that we just went over, I'll show you the shape one whole time. Sorry. I've got a little bit of reverb on my bass today. Just wanted to change things up for me. I'm in my room. Wanted to find a new little bit of inspiration. I hope that doesn't bother you too much. It's really been fun for me to add just some reverb to the bass. You know, try to develop some of these more singing style melodic lines. So you should give it a shot if you haven't tried playing with reverb on the bass. But anyways, the shape that we learned in the Unlocking Your Fretboard series is this. That's the shape. So what I'm going to mention right now is that in those 7 positions that I just played, so here are the 7 positions. 2, 3, and that's 8 right there, same as the first one. What we have there is the fingerings for the different modes. Now, they all sounded to you like Ionian because I was shifting all the way up my fretboard to keep the same scale degrees, the same notes as the C major scale, which is no sharps, no flats. If you play those 7 patterns all in one position, watch this. That's a little bit different sounding. So that probably sounded like a lot of gibberish right there, but essentially I just played the 7 modes. I just played Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian, Lydian, Mixolydian, Aeolian, and then Locrian. And again, that might have just sounded like a bunch of gibberish to you, and it honestly sounded like so to me. But knowing how those scales relate to each other is what's going to really help you expand your fretboard. So what we're going to be doing today is focusing just on the first mode, Ionian. We're going to be playing through that scale pattern that I showed you. We're going to be using a drone, and we're going to talk about some melodic ideas and how you can kind of practice this sound. From there, you'll see that we'll move on to the other modes using a drone, and we'll be able to play with those tonal centers. So let us hear the sound a little bit. I'm going to get the drone going, and then we'll see what you think. you might have noticed that I literally played the unlock your fretboard exercise in that right there. It's this. So essentially what we did with that series is we showed you all the notes that you have access to and how they connect to one another. So what I'm going to urge you to try to do is get that drone going, get the sound of C Ionian, get that in your head, and then I want you to try with different intervals. Try playing thirds. Try skipping some notes. Well, got a little bit off on a tangent there. Okay, 1 second. Let me regroup. When I first learned these patterns, I did not jump to what you just heard where I was playing that melodically. It sounded kind of like I was just playing that scale. Find ways, you want to learn how to find ways to phrase that to make that sound more melodic, make it sound like a song, make it sound like you're singing through your instrument a little bit. You want to try playing around with different intervals. You want to skip some notes, so you can try doing it by thirds. You can literally endless possibilities, and this is what's going to get so exciting for you. It got exciting for me is now that I have access to all the notes that I was looking for, I had no more barriers. I was able to just hear something and play it. I mean, it took some time. So maybe you're not completely familiar with what the 9 sounds like in the key of C. So here we're in C. So you might not be singing this, but eventually you'll hear that. So maybe you heard me play something there that you liked and you might try to copy that. But it's really, really simple. If you've got these notes on your fingers, you can there's endless possibilities. So I'm just going to play around with the sound Ionian and let you kind of hear a couple of the ideas that I like to mess with when I'm playing with it. Christmas yet, is it? Sorry. Don't do that. That's not Ionian. That was Lydian. What did I do? Added the sharp 4 there. That would be taking, so the shape that we learned right here, the 4 shape, make the 4th shape the 1st shape, but we're not there yet. We're going to save that for a different video because Lydian is a very bright mode. It's a very pretty mode when used correctly. So we'll get back to that. Let's hear some more Ionian ideas for a little bit. Don't do that. Gotta find a new way to play with drones for these videos. Man, I'm feeling inspired this morning by just being in the Ionian mode. I swear, I woke up about 9 o'clock this morning and took my dogs for a walk, and it was a cloudy day. I wasn't sure what I was going to do today. Not sure if I was going to make this video yet, but I'm glad I stuck it out because now I am feeling inspired by Sea Ionian. Lydian. Man, that is so pretty. So that's it. I feel great right now. You should spend some time playing with the drone, working on that Ionian scale today. I'm excited for this series because you may not realize from my demonstration of these 7 different modes there, I just kind of laid them out right here. You can't tell. I mean, I can't even tell the differences between the functionality of those sounds. But I'm excited for this series. So spend some time with the Ionian mode, and then I will see you here very soon. We're going to be working with the Dorian mode, which is where things get funky. Yeah. Sorry about that reverb. Probably won't use that on Dorian Day. We might just do something groovy and funky. Keep an eye out for the Expanding Your Fretboard Dorian mode.